Hi Aries, this is Aquila, and we're going to be talking about in this video all about Aries. So if you're Aries, you're driven by your passion and your drive. Aries is known all about their energy, their action, their passion. You're the first sign of the zodiac, and you basically represent a new beginning, fresh outtake on things, and a fresh start. Mars being your ruling planet, it governs, it helps rule you. It is what rules you and moves you basically to do the crazy things that you do to end up making the most amazing adventures for yourself, Aries. Your sign represents a lot of honesty, bluntness. Don't ever ask an Aries their opinion if you don't want the truth. Aries people are very, very blunt and honest, but sometimes can be a little harsh with their honesty because they're not trying to hurt anybody. They just really want to express what it is that's in their mind, what they're feeling, especially if you ask them their opinion about something or advice about something. Get ready for anything. Anything can come out of their mouth. They're not meaning to try to hurt you in any type of way. It's just them expressing themselves. That's just how their fire energy basically resonates. So if you're Aries also, you gravitate towards action and adventure. You like being in basically everything at the same time. Your energy is constantly being stimulated. You need that oomph or that zest to keep you going. You like to be used and needed, and you need your energy to be placed out in a lot of different areas of your life. You're a naturally born leader though, Aries. You like to rule. You like to lead everything that you want to do. You want to make sure that you're the boss at everything that you're doing. And you want to make sure that you're having the best time of your life doing it with as much passion and zest because, of course, Mars is your ruling planet. You're also very generous, though, very helpful to others. You kind of stand up for the underdogs a lot of times. If you see there is some type of cruelty or inequality happening with other people, or if there's some type of bullying going on, Aries people will definitely stand up for another person and definitely fight for that person. Just because somebody's picking on them and they're probably a little bit smaller or anybody that is probably getting some type of mistreatment, that definitely Aries will stand up for that person. You're not impressed by petty things or things of small-minded people. You don't want to be around that because you're such an open sign. You want to make sure that you surround yourself with such open-minded people, positive people, happy people. And if not, you're usually the person that brings out that like excitement around people. You want a stimulation of the intellect, the mind. So usually you're impressed by a lot of intellectual people, people that can teach you yourself something, and you can converse with them and have conversations and be extremely endoused in the conversation to the point that you and the person and just the conversation in itself it can start from point A and you guys can end up at point B or Z by the end of the night or whatever, because you enjoy conversation as well. So you're always optimistic. Most of the time, Aries are very optimistic. You're a very optimistic sign. You like to be happy. And if you're not happy, you don't really stay down for a long time. You're not one of those signs that likes to be in your sadness. You're very outgoing and you want to keep on being optimistic, even if you're sad for some time, because of your fire energy, you have a lot of childlike influence. Fire is very childlike. So you're very easily happy, and you can be sad for one moment and then 2 minutes later you get over it and you're on to the next thing, because you feel like life is a constant adventure, a constant I guess case for you, and you have to just master it and move on to the next thing, really. But because of your childlikeness, you can have a temper. Aries are known to have a temper and can lash out at any minute or any time. So you might want to learn to control that anger a little bit, and just before you speak, think about things. That you're not really the most patient sign of the zodiac. Actually, out of all of the signs in the zodiac, Aries is the most impatient sign. So sometimes you can cause situations to kind of unfold because of you being very impatient, and sometimes it doesn't really help your situation. So learn a little bit of patience, Aries. Another thing with Aries is your energy goes to so many different things. You burn out quick, and sometimes you need to recharge. You have a lot of energy, but you also need to make sure you level that energy, make that energy go in different ways, but also to find time to like rest up and eat right, to make sure that the energy that you're exuding is not being wasted as well. So that's another thing that Aries needs to work with. So you're also very impatient with people that don't really know how to solve problems quick as you. So you tend to kind of lose interest in certain things and people if you notice that they're not either progressing the same way you are. So be a little bit empathetic to that. You do tend to think of yourself a lot. Out of all the zodiac, you are the sign of self, so you do tend to think of yourself a lot. You also tend to jump before you think. So you get yourself into these situations sometimes where you kind of double think afterwards, like, "Ooh, I shouldn't have said that," or "Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to do." But you're usually very quick on your feet, so you find a way out of things really quick as well. You like challenges, like you don't like to be just stuck in one place and not doing anything. You want to be challenged, Aries, but you like that energy about yourself. So that's what makes you the soldier, like the fighter, the one that's still gonna charge in, like when everybody's gone and scared. Aries will go in and just fight for whatever cause that they're like representing. So this is really like an Aries trait of yours. But you're also a little bit uncomfortable with weakness. You don't like people showing too much weakness because you're such a strong sign. You're finding it a little hard to show weakness sometimes. It's usually around the people that you're very close to or loved ones that really know your insecurities or your self-doubts about yourself and things. You give all of yourself, though. When you're in a relationship, you give all of yourself. Your lovers sometimes may feel even as though that your love is so intensely passionate. You motivate your lover. You give your lover like this ounce of encouragement, this boost of encouragement, and you basically know how to really help them become more confident and reassured in themselves, even though you tend to want a lover that's going to be a little bit more confident in themselves. You also do like helping your lover solve problems and help them grow as well. Like the same thing with you. You want progression. So you also want to be needed in your relationships and appreciated. Aries, they do a lot because they just want their lovers to know that they want to be appreciated and loved, and they want you to show them that you care about them. Just like simple things to them will let them know that you care. Aries also love physical activity, sports. They love to be active and outdoors and new adventures, anything that keeps them physical and moving, stimulation of the hands, just touching them in different places. They love that. That's something that they can get hot like in 2 seconds with Aries. Their fire burns bright. They also have a great gift with words, Aries, really knowing how to speak and when they need to speak, but also have a very with them having such a good way with words, they can also be very, very forthcoming at times. So be careful with that. I feel like for Aries, learning moderation is a really, really, really big thing. Like pacing yourself before you do something, Aries. Basically, not burning yourself out again, pacing yourself, doing things in moderation, and not always going and leaping into action sometimes, but always, sometimes think about what it is that you're going to do, because it can affect other people in your life, and you can seriously like hurt someone that you care about. So you might want to think about those kind of things as well, Aries. But yet again, you're still Aries. You're still the fire sign. You're the one that helps everyone. You're the one that is a generous friend. You're contributing. You're there. You're involved. So as an Aries, you can be very helpful to others. You know how to give information. You know how to give advice. You know how to be a good friend. You know how to be a good lover. And most of the times, Aries are taken for granted. And I want you to know that as an Aries, because you're so confident, sometimes you do want that reassurance. So, let people know as well that you do this, but you have to give yourself a break sometimes and just do things for you. I also feel like with Aries, they need to learn balance. They also need to learn how to compromise with others and work well with others, because you are such a strong-willed person. You have such a dynamic personality. Sometimes you're a little bit you come on very strong, and it can give people the impression that you're very self-centered, which you are. So learning to compromise and learning to see things from other people's point of view, Aries, will really help you in the long run to go further with meeting people and aligning yourself with people that are probably gonna appreciate also the hard work that you bring to the table as well, because you don't want to feel like you're giving all this work and you're not getting credit, but you also want to be a team player at the same time. So that's also another one. But Aries, nonetheless, aim for the top. You're charismatic, you're a leader, you're dynamic, you're courageous, you're action oriented, and you love to have fun. Most of all, you love to have fun. So continue to do so, Aries. Continue to rise, continue to work on yourself and be positive, and just work on moderation, work on the point of view of others, and also learning about how to direct your energy in healthy ways so you won't burn out really quickly. Also, thinking before you speak, and patience. And nonetheless, patience is always a virtue sometimes, Aries. So again, I'm Aquila, and this is my analysis of Aries and all about Aries and their personality traits.